We're here with actor Ben Baur. Why don't you discuss a little bit about when you first decided you wanted to act professionally? Not that you could, I mean, in your head you could have wanted.
I always could have.
Yeah.
No, I grew up acting. My family was very, very involved in the local community theater. There was pretty much always a Bauer attached to one of the shows there, like be it acting in it, directing in it, working backstage, designing the poster. So I very much grew up in that sort of environment, very artistically enriching. And then I just kept on doing it through high school. I was in every play except for two in high school, and I just loved doing it. But then after high school, I went to college, and it was time to start being serious about life and stuff, and what I wanted to do. And so I decided to go into business. And a year into being serious and stuff, I was just like, I don't like this. I really don't. And the only thing that I can really see myself being happy doing is acting. And so then at that point, I very drastically shifted gears, and I was going to Portland State University in Oregon at the time, and I moved to LA, and I went to a theater conservatory program, and the rest is history. There was some time after I graduated from the conservatory program that was like, I don't get it. Why am I not famous yet? And which is when I got the harsh reality that this business is hard.
Not for you to
this
be.
Business
Yeah.
is really
If you're
hard.
doing it to get famous,
Exactly.
That's what I've heard from a lot of people. So you made the move from LA to New York.
Yes.
Did you have a role already when you came here, or were you jumping blind?
Well, actually, I came out to New York from LA for like a month to shoot hunting season, and it was absolutely amazing because I had the opportunity to. This was my first starring role in something, and so it was so great because I was in New York working every day, doing what I loved, and while I was here, I just completely fell in love with it. So after we were done shooting, I went back to LA, and I stayed for like 3 more months, but I had always wanted to live in New York, and I was very much in a place that I was like I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I had nothing keeping me in LA. So I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. So I kind of just left, and here I am.
And so, what are you looking to do now that you're in the city? Are you going out for episodic roles? Is there a certain thing you want to be involved in heavily, like theater?
I want to do a lot of things. I just want to act. I want to be able to make a living acting. Right now, I'm focusing more on like a TV and film roles. Just because before I moved to New York from LA, I was with an acting teacher who taught specifically for TV and film. Like that was what you went to her for, and so that was like the last training that I had, and I feel like I'm making more momentum in that. So that is what I am doing.
Well, there's a lot of film and TV that shoot here.
There's a really good amount. Like that was one thing that I was really nervous about, is because when you're in Los Angeles, you're in Los Angeles. That's right. Where TV and film happen. So I was nervous that moving here, I wasn't going to be able to really do so much. But I was kind of lucky that when I moved here, just like right after when I moved here is when hunting season came out. So I had some good traction on that. I got an agent and manager from that, and they've all been like working really hard and getting me out there as much as possible. And I see good things happening soon. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. It's too bad there's no more daytime dramas here in New York.
I'm not gonna lie, I went out for a couple daytime dramas when I was in LA, and I feel like I'm just like really bad at them. I feel like I'm really bad at that style of acting. Like I always wanted to do it, but I'm just no good.
You just have to learn to stare and then go off to you gotta hold long stares.
Look meaningfully
away. Long stares. Well, not quite like that.
Not quite. See, I'm telling you, it's terrible.
I'm kidding. So what do you do in your downtime here in New York while you're out scouting for jobs? You have a quote-unquote
I do
Layman's
have a survival
job?
job.
Survival job,
A
that's what they call
survival
it.
job. I do have one of those. And, I was actually really lucky. Again, when I was in LA, I did this play called The Boys Upstairs at the Celebration Theater. It was a reading of the play, a staged reading. We were all off book, though, but it wasn't an actual production.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
You wanted to be 100% clear.
Exactly, 100% clear. And the person who wrote it, Jason Mitchell, he is the events manager at Soho House.
Okay.
And so when I moved out here, he is working at the New York Soho House, and I hit him up, and he was able to get me a job, like, no problem.
That's
so
really
I've been
good.
working there, and it's actually really cool. He's become one of my really good friends.
I was going to
after
say,
that.
how many actors do you have working there with you? Just maintaining
Actually,
survival
surprisingly,
jobs.
not that many.
Really?
I was shocked. It's actually a lot of, like, writers, students, some, like, artists, but yeah, not like 3 other actors, and it's like I expected so much more.
The one thing I like about you, and obviously I've only known you for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but it seems like you're not letting that deter you, that you have to have a survival job. You seem like you're so gung-ho about the acting.
Oh yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody who was just brand new starting out? I know, like you said, you have a survival job, but you're so in reality.
Yeah.
I want to say, because it's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that you're doing until you get that break.
Essentially.
And you've had a break. You've done something already. So you have to have a certain part of being humble.
Yeah.
By having already had a job and then having to get a survival job. I mean, that's just the way it is.
I mean, for me, I feel like I've had to work really hard for a lot of things. Like, I didn't come from a ton of money, so hard work is it's what you have to do. Like, I'm willing to do what I have to do in order to make stuff happen for me.
Right.
And a lot of people just give up too easily, and there's always going to be setbacks. Like I said before, like, this business is hard. It's really hard.
Absolutely.
I actually had one acting teacher say to me, like, not to me specifically, to the class, but it was like, if you can see yourself being happy doing anything else at all, do that, because the odds are so against you in this. The odds are so against you.
A lot of the actors that I interviewed have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish I thought I would.
Since you are at a survival job working so hard to get ahead in your field and really have an ambition for this, can you see yourself doing anything other than acting?
I mean, I really wish I could. I really wish I could. This is, I don't want to say it's like the only thing that I'm good at, because I like to think I'm good at some other stuff, but it's the only thing that, like, I have, the passion for. Like, if I could show up to set every day, like, rain or shine, no matter how I'm feeling, I would do it in a heartbeat, because that's what I want.
And is there a certain, like, would you do off-Broadway, like?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
I would do anything. My first acting gig when I got here to New York was a one act that was part of this one act festival, and it was very interesting. I spent, like, over half the play tied up on the ground with tape over my mouth.
Oh,
so
that really showcased your talent, right?
But so, like, I'm willing to do things.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put myself out there and do some good work.
Well, that's great. Somebody with your ambition and your talent and also your drive. Don't wince, you have talent. With your ambition and your drive is definitely going to get places.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait till the next time I can sit down and interview you for your big Broadway debut.
Someday.
I'm pushing you right through to Broadway.
No, I like that.
No off-Broadway for you.
Push away.
Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you very much.